Hello again everyone and welcome back to The Witcher 2. We are back here once again in Loch Muin and we need to go and find Letho. I'm guessing there's no going through there, that's sealed off. So the last episode was a roller coaster. Yeah, the attendees, as politicians tend to do, rambled on and could not reach an agreement. The summit was not, however, boring because affairs of importance to the entire world were being discussed. I regret not being there, for Geralt forgot half of the speeches and misremembered the other half. Yet no one could forget the events that interrupted the summit, for a dragon in all of its majesty appeared over the amphitheatre. Chaos ruled the bleachers. Guess who had to face the beast? Geralt. Yeah, Geralt ran for Shielded to Tanserville as fast as his legs would carry him. He could hear the sorceress's voice in his head, and the more she said, the more he wanted to silence her. Yet Sheila held one more trump card, the dragon. Geralt spared the dragon's life, or perhaps I should say he spared Saskia. Even though the sorceress's may have still had a hold on her mind, in any case it all played out in agreement with the Witch's Code. And it matters little if this code is fiction or not, which forbids the slaying of sapient beasts. The dragon was not Geralt's true enemy, unlike Letho. It was with him that Geralt had to settle. Yeah, Saskia didn't deserve to die. Like, she didn't. It wasn't her fault that Philippa had control of her and that she was being manipulated into doing all of that. Okay, yeah. Right, after fighting the magically controlled dragon Loch Muin, Geralt finally got shielded at Tanserville. This time, Geralt allowed her to flee, knowing that her deeds would soon be widely known and the sorceress was done for. Yeah, it's better that she faced proper justice rather than being ripped to shreds like apparently she was going to. And we know that Letho... we know that Yennefer is alive, and we know that she's apparently in Nilfgaard. Which, yeah, that's exciting, is it not? That's exciting. So we have an answer to that question, at least. So after the fight, Geralt returned to the city to find Letho. As he climbed the wall, Triss Merigold offered him a helping hand. The Witcher and the Sorceress headed to meet Letho. Let's go. We'll save the game. Possibly for one last time. And we know that there are skirmishes going on as well, or there were anyway, between Kedwin, Temeria, and a few other parties, of course. What's that noise? Oh shit, is that Yorvith?
I think he's coming too.
Oh, bollocks. The whoreson's in agony.
Oh my
Won't be
god,
long
what
now.
happened to him?
Look at that. The cleverest of elven bandits, beaten burnt like ordinaries.
I'd forgotten about Yorvith, admittedly.
This is the handiwork of some mage. I'd wager my wife on it.
Which one?
You shouldn't
Philippa. It
taken
must
that
have been
trinket.
Philippa.
You know they'll ask what he had on him.
And you'll not peep a word. Understand?
What have they taken?
Hey you, piss off. We've got a dangerous prisoner
You
here.
are not taking him. I do not care. You are not taking him. How'd you capture him?
Prisoner. Did you capture him?
None of your concern. Buzz off, freak.
Excuse me.
Any idea what happened to Roach?
Yes, Radovid tried to buy him off. I'm sure you can guess Roach turned him down.
Some things will never change.
Temeria might not be on the map of the North much longer, but as long as men like Roach are around, there is hope for its rebirth.
Don't pin that mess on me.
I don't intend to. You asked.
Fair. Yeah. Roach is a good man for all intents and purposes.
I'm warning you for the last time.
Piss off, I said!
You asked for it.
Honestly, I really don't have any time for these Kedwenis. I don't want them running away with Yorvith. It's the last thing I want, in fact. Boom, there we go, we got him. Can we interact with Yorvith at all?
Want to tell me what that was about?
It's Yorvith.
I owed him that much.
I guess I missed quite a bit.
Yes. Yes, you did.
Yeah. Can you help him?
I'm sorry, Geralt. This was high magic. Treating him will take time, maybe months.
I'm gonna miss the Kingslayer again. Stay with him, Triss. I'll be back for you when this is over.
Geralt.
This is Witcher's business, yeah.
This is between me and him.
You don't have to.
I do. He knows how I lost my memory.
The magic shield came down when the deliberations ended. I'll teleport Yorveth out of here, far away to Vergen.
All right.
Take care of yourself.
Thank you, Triss. Yeah, Yorveth deserves that. Any notes on Yorveth there? Just before we carry on? It'd be interesting to know who did that to me. Like, I would definitely put my money on it being Philippa. But considering he was trying to chase after Saskia. But yeah, Yorveth went to search Philippa's quarters and Geralt didn't hear from some time. Yeah, so it was likely Philippa that did that to him. Okay, so once again we'll save the game. And we need to get to a point where we're about to confront Letho as well. Because we know that we're probably going to need to meditate, aren't we? And if we go through here... Ooh, more mages. Ah, mass graves, I do love them.
This is no place for witches. Though I know
it's
you
him.
when you appear wherever something important happens.
True, though sometimes by accident.
And this time, also a coincidence?
Let's say I have something to take care of.
In that case, hurry. Once we're done cleaning up this mess created by the royal soldiery, Loch Muin will be magically sealed.
Getting out of here?
Temporarily. We shall return soon enough to rebuild the city. Loch Muin will regain its former glory. Until that time, we need to keep the treasure hunters and troublemakers out.
So Radovid trusts you?
We shall win His Royal Majesty's trust by delivering Sheila de Tansarville and the other traitresses from the lodge.
That could take a while. Sheila's fled Loch Muin via Megascope.
We have time. She cannot hide forever. Sooner or later, she will be ours. Forgive
Not
me,
gonna lie, I
must
believe
attend
that.
to some matters. And don't dawdle. The city will be sealed in 1 hour.
1 hour. Lovely. So I guess we best not piss around. Well, I'm pretty sure that Letho's in here, so we'll meditate now. And we'll drink our potions as we usually do. Rook, Tawny Owl, Swallow. And we need to, and we'll whack some oil on our blade as well. We'll save the game here, in case we need to take any of the plans, enhancements, Falca's Blood on our steel sword. And let's go in. He's literally just there, sat down waiting for us. And we got a journal entry about the Temerian Quarter as well. During the summit of mages and monarchs, the camp of the Temerian delegation, led by John Natalis, extended over an entire district of Loch Muin. Plenty of diplomats milled around the camp, but soldiers of President far greater numbers. Is there anything more about John Natalis, actually? Because I feel like he's a pretty big part of this. So in essence, Temeria's last hope. Yeah, nothing much really. All right, Letho, come on, this is it now. A diamond?
Took you a while? Is that bauble from Sheila's Megascope?
Mm-hmm. My final prank. I switched the diamonds. The one in the Megascope has a flaw. Minute. but just large enough to warp the teleport. The Emperor's magic theorists assured me the effect would be spectacular.
Yeah, I stopped
I
that
let
from
her
happening.
escape.
You're heartless. You've no idea what the royal witch hunters have in store for her. A lot of pain for a long time.
I don't doubt it. So, ready to lay your cards out on the table?
No matter the game, there comes a point when all the players need to show their cards. I love that moment. But first, vodka.
No, I don't trust this guy. Not me.
I only drink with friends.
What about old acquaintances? Eh?
I'd rather stay sober for this, you know.
Recovered your memory yet?
Not entirely.
Remember how we first met?
Yeah, I saved your life.
Yeah, I
Couldn't
saved him
think
from
of a nicer way to pay me
a
back.
beast of some description. I can't
Frankly,
remember
I
which one now.
couldn't. I mean, taking care of another man's woman, Yennefer. I can't fathom what you saw in her, but I suppose there's no accounting for taste.
Taking care of another man's
The
woman.
winter solstice 1270. Midinvern, the night of magic. Letho wasn't lying, the hunt had stopped. At the Hanged Man's Tree, the spectral riders selected from among those they had taken. Yennefer was among them. A wraith cannot be killed, only driven away. Every witcher knows that. Yet the riders fell beneath the blows of our witcher's blades. Crimson blood flowed from under their dead men's armor. We could not kill them all. They were simply too many. A stalemate. He was different from all other elves. There was no shame in his gaze. He had never suffered persecution. He had endured no massacres. Humans had not taken his land. This elf was not of this world. He was an invader. We struck a deal. My soul for that of Yennefer. He agreed without hesitation.
What elf was this? Am I...
Back with me, friend. Got the feeling you left for a minute.
Memories. I remember the Hanged Man's Tree and the Wild Hunt. I remember the exchange. Me for Yennefer.
So, cards out on the table. Unless you chase me all that way just to kill me.
I chased you for many
I
reasons,
chased
yeah.
you for lots of reasons. You owe me some explanations to start with.
Let's say I do.
Alright then, I guess we're gonna find out everything here.
Tell me about Yennefer. What happened after I departed?
She was feverish for several days, delirious, in agony. We thought that was it. She was on her way out. Somehow she recovered. But even then she was disoriented. Amnesia like you.
What then?
Well, the woman turned out to be quite a character. Throwing temper tantrums, trying to seduce orcs, trying to drive a wedge between us. After you so nobly sacrificed yourself, we thought it'd be dumb just to leave her somewhere. She wouldn't have survived more than a month. The whims and vigor of a duchess, but she was just a sorceress with no memory. We were in the heart of the Empire. And as I'm sure you know, Geralt, in Nilfgaard, mages who behave like that either drop their bad habits quickly, or are drawn and quartered by horses in the middle of Victory Square.
So I heard.
So we set out, wandered through the provinces. Everywhere we went, she got in trouble and we pulled her out. And then one day they captured us. The Imperial Secret Police. Me, Ox, Sarah, and Yennefer.
Imperial Secret Police?
Mm-hmm. We were separated, and they questioned us. Long and thoroughly, but it was uneventful, no violence. That's how I met Vatia de Rideau. And a couple of weeks later, the Emperor himself. Me. A simple witcher.
What happened to Yennefer?
So that's how he had his ties with Nilfgaard.
Never saw her again. The Emperor offered me a mission in the northern kingdoms. As for Yennefer, I had the feeling she was somehow important to Emir. As I see it, they learned of the Lodge from her. Those Imperial spooks have their ways. All I heard is that Vatir had his men watch Yennefer closely throughout the time she was at the palace. Then we went off to slay the kings of the north. That's where my knowledge ends.
So she's in the Empire.
She was when I left.
Well, Sheila did say she was there as well. Okay, so that all makes sense. So Letho and the rest of them attempted to take care of Yennefer after Geralt basically traded himself for her. Obviously to be part of, well, one of the ones taken by the Wild Hunt, I guess. But I don't know who this elf is. Is the elf a wraith of the Hunt, or it's? I mean, obviously it said he was not of this world. Right, the Riders of the Hunt. Do you know who they are?
How did you know where we'd find the Wild Hunt?
Every Witcher who wears the viper around his neck knows the place. We had so many books and scrolls about the hunt that I used to think our school was founded for the very purpose of solving the riddle of the spectral riders.
Know who they are? You know the true identities of the riders?
From what I understand, they're some damn elven race.
An elf, okay, that makes sense.
Turned out to be a big ruse. The legendary omen of war proved to be a fairground attraction.
No Market Square mage could possibly conjure up a cavalcade of wraiths speeding across the sky. Then there's the amnesia. No, there's something more, I assure you.
Go ahead, enlighten me. I can tell you want to.
There are a lot of legends and myths about it, but the Wild Hunt is a fact. I've fought and killed many of its wraiths. They were spectral emanations, the avatars of real riders. The riders we ran into by the Hanged Man's Tree.
Are you telling me you were carried off by elves? Real material sons of bitches like the ordinary kind we deal with in this world?
They may be ordinary in their world, but they're strangers in ours. The conjunction of spheres. Know the theory? Do you know how monsters appeared in our world?
There's not a Witcher who doesn't know that.
So you know there are other spheres. The most powerful of our mages can open passages between these worlds, and they usually do that to summon the monsters we then have to hunt. The elves we saw come from another world, and they weren't summoned. They found the way on their own. It's not exactly easy, so they usually send their spectral emanations. They come in person.
Right, okay.
As they did for you and Yennefer. So elves from another world and their trained wraiths. What did they want from you?
I've got an idea, but that's not your concern.
Ooh, a mystery. Okay, so the Wild Hunt is essentially just a collection of beings from another existence that just somehow find their way into our world to abduct certain individuals. Apparently, but for what purpose, I don't think we are aware of yet. Okay. Right, why'd you become an Imperial spy?
How did a Witcher agree to kill humans at another human's bidding?
At the Emperor's bidding, Geralt. And he's no ordinary human. The rulers of the North come up to about where his Pauline's end.
Why?
Simple. He promised to rebuild the School of the Viper, the Witcher's order where I came to be. Witcher's schools in the south fell into ruin long ago, and Witchers themselves became internal exiles, banned from entering most cities. Besides Seret and Ox, I know of 2 other Witchers of the School of the Viper who should be alive and on the path. I don't know where they are. Haven't seen them for years. Now they can come out of hiding. They can come home.
Okay, why did you wait for me?
Why are you still here? Why did you wait for me this time?
I knew you wouldn't give up. I knew you'd pursue me. And I don't aim to hide anymore. Fact is, only you know the truth about me. Well, and a couple of folks whose word isn't worth spit anymore.
Of course,
I never
Sheila,
saw you
etc.
as a foe. I want to go my way, but if I have to fight you first, so be it. This story ends here and now.
That it does.
Care to tell me what it was all about?
Kill as many rulers as we could. Lay the blame on the sorceresses. Breed chaos. Prepare the North. Soften it before the invasion. And you know what's incredible? We could not have imagined more fertile soil. No matter what the war's outcome, the northern monarchs will accuse one another. Pursue their God-given rights. Seek vengeance and be at each other's throats for years to come. The North resembles a whorehouse on fire, as your friend Dandelion would say.
I'm still curious about the assassinations. Oh god, so much more to go through. I tell you what we're going to do, guys. We're going to end this episode here, and we will carry on this conversation with Letho and probably end it on the next one. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, then please do like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I'll catch you in the next episode of The Witcher 2. Thanks again, guys. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.